If you need to apologize to someone, there are 4 things, according to psychological research, you can do to make your apology more effective. I'll tell you what they are next. Welcome to Apology Doctor. I know all of us have heard bad apologies before, and if we're honest with ourselves, we might have given some bad apologies too. But if you can remember the 4 R's, you can make virtually any apology more effective. Here they are: responsibility, remorse, reform, restitution. Let's take them one at a time. Responsibility means accepting the responsibility or the blame for the thing that you did. If you want people to forgive you, if you want them to believe you're truly sorry, you can't try to weasel out of responsibility.
I'm sorry that people are so jealous of me, but I can't help it that I'm popular.
So don't say things like, I may have offended someone. If anyone was hurt, then I'm sorry. That says, I don't know if I'm responsible or not, but you need people to know that you do take responsibility. So you want to say, I was wrong. What I did was hurtful. What I did was offensive. That's the key first step to apologizing effectively. And then second, you got to follow it up with remorse. Not only did I do it, I feel bad about it. I regret it. I wish I hadn't done it. See, if you accept responsibility for something, but you don't feel bad about it, that's not an apology. That's more like a supervillain monologuing.
With all 6 stones, I could simply snap my fingers. They would all cease to exist. I call that mercy.
See, that's not an apology. If you want someone to understand that you really sincerely are apologizing, you have to combine taking responsibility with expressing remorse. It's also a good idea to add the 3rd R, which is reform. Reform means making a change to do better in the future. And one of the really effective ways to use this in an apology is to tell people what you're going to do differently next time. Now, it might be fairly generic. You might say, I'll never do that again, but it's more powerful if you can be specific. So, for example, if you're late for something, you might say, I'm going to buy another alarm clock to make sure I'm never late again. Showing people that you know what steps you need to take to prevent a reoccurrence of the problem can be a really effective way to apologize. And finally, number 4 is restitution, which means paying someone back for the loss or the harm that they've suffered. Now, if we're honest, restitution's not always possible. There are some offenses that are so hurtful, that have such serious consequences that we can't pay people back for them, right? Imagine a drunk driver hitting and killing someone. There's no amount of money that will bring that person back. And on the other hand, some offenses are very small and we don't really expect restitution. So if I bump into you in the hallway, you're probably not going to expect me to write you a check for that. But what if I bump into you and make you spill your coffee? Well, maybe I should offer some restitution, like buy you another cup of coffee or pay for your dry cleaning. By doing that, I'm showing that I take it seriously, I take responsibility, I really do feel bad about it. And so the restitution is a way to sort of prove some of the other elements of the apology. Yes, there's responsibility taking. Yes, there's genuine remorse. So there you have it, the 4 R's: responsibility, remorse, reform, restitution. And a 4R apology would sound something like this. I know I was responsible for hurting you or damaging your property. I feel terrible about it. I'm very sorry. I'm going to make sure to never do this again. Please tell me how I can make this up to you. And if you combine all 4 of those things together, you're going to have an effective apology most of the time. By the way, if you're curious, the 4 R's are adapted from an article in the Journal of Psycholinguistic Research, which was written by Stephen Schur and John Darley. And if you'd like to read it for yourself, it's linked below this video. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful and interesting, I hope you'll like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe share it with somebody else too. Thanks so much. I'll see you again soon.